Griggs. I'm the host of today's episode, and we're going to be introducing to you John Certalic. And so, John, I just want to ask you a little bit about yourself, and also if you could tell us about caring for others, the ministry that you have.
Well, myself, when I got out of college, I was an English teacher for 7 years, and I went into the business world, started my own company, and toward the end of that, we started a ministry caring for others. It's a missionary care ministry to care for Christian workers overseas who are going through challenges, difficulties, and the things we do are debriefing and counseling, and uh, they will come and see us on occasion, and we will spend a few days with them to talk about what they've been through, the good and the bad and the ugly, and what does that mean moving forward. So that's a fair amount of what we had been doing. Things changed with COVID. We're doing less of that now. We also do training for mission agencies and churches, focusing on the skill of listening, how we can all listen to each other better, and how missionaries can care for each other better, just simply by doing a better job of listening. And then back in 2018, I started a podcast. It's called You Were Made for This. And the this that we're made for is to find joy in the relationships that God has designed for us. So it's all about relationships. So and my wife, she couldn't make it right now, but she's integrally involved in all of that as well.
I love this. I wish we could just shift the interview just to you teaching us about listening relationally. I myself need some help in that area. So maybe I can start listening to some of your podcasts and get some
Sure.
good on the field training for that. We can always use help in that area to be active listeners. That sounds like an incredible ministry. What made you want to what made you decide to go into that? How did God lead you that way?
Well, a number of years ago, I was involved in the lay counseling ministry at our church. We had a very large church at the time, and um, I got a master's degree in counseling a long time ago, but never used it professionally. I was in the business world by that time, and we would have missionaries that were on home assignment coming to take a class that we started on just caring for one another. And so a number of them, during the class, would say, you really got to do something like this for missionaries on the field. And that sounded really interesting because Janet and I have always been interested in missions. And so I took our first short-term trip to Mali in West Africa in the early 2000s. And then, I just the bug just bit me about uh, traveling, and I've been on 5 continents, and I've put on a pastoral care workshops for missionaries on the field.
That's so awesome. So how did you, come to support World Mission Outreach and Henry and Darlene?
Yeah, we came to know Henry and Darlene long before we started our missionary care ministry. Long before that, we were good friends with this couple here in town. Their son Tom was a missionary in Ecuador, and well, one thing led to another, and Henry decided to come to America, and he stayed with Tom's parents. Didn't speak any English whatsoever. We got to know him quite well, and it was just like everyone who knows Henry. He's quite a charming person. And by that time, when he came to the States, he didn't have any formal education. He ended up going to Moody Bible Institute and getting a degree there. Went out to Biola, got a master's degree there, and then joined, I believe the ministry was Chosen People Ministries. And that's when we started to support him financially. And then that transitioned into his current ministry now, and we've continued to do that for decades. And it's one of the best things we've ever done, because with Henry you get results. He's a prime example of what an evangelist is. He wins people to Christ by accident, and many times I know he's quite intentional about the programs that he puts on, the outreaches and things, but they've stayed with us a number of times when they've been in Milwaukee, and they'll come home from the grocery store and they'll tell us about two people they led to Christ in the grocery line or over by the vegetables and produce. And uh, he always has interesting stories, as does Darlene too. Um, one of the best things that ever happened to Henry was marrying Darlene. I mean, she is just like him. They're two peas in a pod, and they complement each other very well. So we're just happy to write a check once a month for World Mission Outreach, and it's just a great investment because I know that in heaven there's going to be a lot of people there that have gotten there because God used Henry and Darlene to tell them about Jesus.
They are a match made in heaven for certain. What has caused you to be so committed for so long?
Well, Henry and Darlene, they're focused. They're really focused on reaching Jewish people first. Henry, he just has results. He just, they are tireless. I've never seen anyone work as hard as they do, and it's not an easy life. It really isn't. We've seen them, when they stay at our house, they're living out of suitcases for months on end. And that's very difficult.
How important do you believe that is for people to partner with ministries that are serving the Jewish community? Because it seems to me like that is a very deliberate, as you said, intentional ministry.
Mhm. Well, not a lot of people are doing it, for one thing. And our culture is changing too. There's some resistance that I see even in the church about supporting a Jewish ministry focus. It's almost a subtle form of anti-Semitism, and which I find disturbing because that's certainly not scriptural.
Yeah, I love this interview so much today. You have been fantastic. Thank you so much for just spending time with us today, giving us your time, giving us your heart, and why you love partnering with this ministry. Do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share with us?
Well, I think if anyone is considering supporting Henry and Darlene financially, just to go ahead and do it, just to go ahead and try and see the results that you get from just the information that comes back from Henry and Darlene. Um, it's just well worth it. It's just a great investment.
Thank you so very much.
You're very welcome, Lisa. God
Okay,
bless
God
you.
bless you.
Bye now.